So it's Sydney Jamboree. So just about to start welding up the inside of the cell. So notched out a little bit there. That's for our rollover valve that we welded in. It was just something we had lying around, so I thought we'd use it. It's probably not the right thing, but it ain't going anywhere. You can see the little notch here. That's to clear the rail. So yeah, about to go ahead and weld this up. Hopefully it should stop our fuel sloshing woes. As with everything you do when you actually want to get something done, ran out of gas. So we hit up our sponsor, Scott from Driveway Service, and he lent us another bottle of argon because it's public holiday here tomorrow and we can't get our bottle changed over, and I want to get this stuff done. So we had exactly that much more to do and then weld on all of the bits, and that was it. Amazing. Alright, we've overcome no gas, and now we have a fully welded tank that is baffled and has a -8 return and two -10 feeds, One's probably going to go to our priming pump at the time being, but if we want to and drag it from both sides, we can. But yeah, so this thing, like most of the stuff for this car, we've had for like probably 10 years and we finally got around to use it. We actually bought it for build a fuel tank in the Capella that we used to race once upon a time. But yeah, so tomorrow we get on to mounting it up. There's a little cutout, not too bad, just clears the rail nicely. So, alright, my other camera's broken so you don't get to see my smiling face, but we've welded on our crash protection for our fuel cell, and we've got the bracket for the pump there, so it's all coming together. I'm going to make up some mounting tabs or something here and probably here, but our radiator is going to get mounted up here. The water pump will stick through there hopefully, and there'll be enough room between here and there. Oh, see under there we need to cut out that bottom bit, so it's got to fit in this little section here because we still have all that sheet. But as you can see, the little cutout down there works pretty good. That'll actually sit up a bit and probably a bit closer to this as well. So it's all coming together. There we go. Disregard these things. All attached and welded in. And that ain't going anywhere, as they say. Pretty happy with how it came out. The whole front is on, obviously, so we can start trying to make our radiator fit. But yeah, she's pretty tight. Not a lot of room for anything. Let's see if I can get down here. Oh. Under the fuel cell there. I'm going to make a hard line for that, I think, where it goes to the filter. They might have issue with it being that close to the belt. Anyway, done. Another one ticked off the list. Got a little sketch here. This is a radiator. This is what the bracket's going to be. Just measured it all out, drew it up. It's pretty tight in there. I'll show you what we're working with. Hello, Swift. So it's going to go under here, but bolt to these here. So I'm making a bracket that will this is like an L bracket that'll come around the top and hold the top of the radiator, and then I'll work out what I'm doing for the bottom once I've actually got it kind of in place. I've been working on the radiator mounting and fixing up the radiator to suit. So I actually bought this off of eBay. It's apparently it's for a Cooper S. So this tank is generally okay. I've got to plug a few holes and we're gonna put a fitting there. So this is actually the front. So it'll come out and either go down and around or across the front or whatever, but I had to cut off this tiny little tank. This is the bottom tank because that was going to be at the top and not very big. So we're actually using our what do you call it? EWP, that's it. So we had these custom made before they actually sold them on the website. So it's dash 12, and I needed something that would go in, but obviously we're constrained for space, so I have this fitting, and it's actually half of a fitting, but I needed the seat in there, and it's actually got an O-ring, so that goes on there just like that, and will actually sit at 90 degrees to, whoops, there, like that. So the other little bung is for the temperature sender, but that should be mint. I'll show you when it's done. Alright, no time lapse because that camera's flat, and as you can see I'm starting to feel a bit secondhand, but it's getting late, and there it is. So we've doubled up on the fuel mount. Still all that stuff needs to be trimmed up, but there's our water pump directly mounted into our radiator. So this line here is going to come down and across and probably under and then up to there. So I was going to run hard lines, but I think I'll just do this line that we've already got and run it up there because it's not very far. Might make some clamps to get these two hoses together, but I got to 3D print some little brackets here, gonna just come across on both of these and the other way on the bottom, and that should be sweet. So because we're running methanol, this isn't really, it's not really for cooling while we're running, it's more for cooling after we've run, so it'll pull the air out this way rather than push it through. So yeah, what else have we done here? Oh yes, a little hard line here for the fuel, obviously because it's close to the belt, but there's a lot of other stuff there. And we've got our auxiliary rail in there, it's all plumbed in, so it comes in this one and then through that one, so that's all done. Now I have to take all of this out, literally all of that stuff, so I can weld the mount that you probably can't see through all of that crap. And once the mount's welded, I gotta order my EGT kit this week, and I'll put them in there, and that's literally the last thing. And I'll take the manifold off and send it off to get faced, and then we get that back, start putting it all back together again for good. Oh, the other little thing that we got that has just turned up, look at that, shiny. So theoretically speaking, we've got everything we need to actually make the car go. We just need to actually make the car go. Hey Scott.
Yeah.
Several months later.